Hello class, today we're going to talk about the orientation for SLS 1501 and then we're going to talk a little bit about growth mindset. So by now you should have done your class introductions online in the orientation discussion and you should have read about your syllabus and class expectations. We have previously walked through the course shell and we've already completed your orientation activities. So let's move on to the scenario and then let's talk about a little bit about the growth mindset, grit, and goal setting. And so our aim, our learning objectives for this particular lecture is to help demonstrate proficiency in navigating basic D2L functions, to know how to effectively navigate the course shell, to determine your current academic rigor needed for your grit or a growth mindset, to develop SMART goals, and to utilize techniques for preparing and giving oral presentations. For those of you who've been in classes for a while, or college for a while, a syllabus is something that you're used to. But then there are those of you who may be brand new to the college. And so what is a syllabus? A syllabus gives you the classroom expectations. In it, you should find instructor information if you ever need to go and talk to an instructor. You need to find out about their office hours. There's usually a course description and the outcomes of the course, which is important because when you transfer, you want to know that the outcomes of the course match the transfer college or university's outcomes. It tells you about the textbook requirements. Sometimes it might even tell you how to purchase it. It tells you about a schedule of the class, what you can expect. It tells you about attendance and participation and how much they weigh in the course. It should break down your grades, specifically how you'd get an A, B, or C. It gives you classroom policies and it offers you an opportunity to find out how to get help desk, how to get the help desk if you need it. And so here's a screenshot of how to log in to your MyBC web page. Once you hit login, you go to BC1 Access. You would then put in your username, which is all of the letters and numbers of your Broward email before you get to the @mail.broward.edu. And the password is the month and year of your birth. Once you log in, you'll see the D2L tile, that's the online classroom. You'll see your Outlook mail, that's how Broward contacts you. And you'll see the Office 365, that's where you can find your PowerPoint, your Microsoft Word, and all of the other tools that you may need for your classes. So one of the very first things you should do is do a systems check. And what that does is it tells you precisely if your laptop, computer, or tablet is compatible with the D2L online classroom. Also, you want to make sure to use Chrome because it's probably the best system to use as you're going on to get into D2L. Once you get into D2L, you'll see a list of your courses. Of course, ours is SLS 1501, and you may have other courses, maybe a math course, or you might have an English course. The professors may use D2L. We are encouraged, faculty are encouraged to use it. Some use it more than others. Once you get into the course, you'll see this page here, and this is your home page. for the course, welcoming you. And if you're in front of your computer, to your left, you'll see the orientation information, the syllabus information, and your modules. You'll click on each of the modules to find your work. So as you look in Module 1, Course Introduction and Growth Mindset, you'll see the learning outcomes and you'll see a SMART goals template that you'll be using for a future assignment. If you're sitting in front of your computer and you look to the left side, you'll notice that you have something that says start here, watch this, and do this. Each module has those things in it. So you'll start and you'll complete and you'll go to watch this and do this. And you notice as you do it, you will get check marks. What that tells you is that you have completed that section of the module. As you get to the do this section, that's where most of your online work will be found. So once you get to the do this, follow the instructions and do exactly what it says. Now, here is a screenshot of your orientation discussion, and it's how you've introduced yourself to your classmates. So don't forget to do that. Once you've clicked on Start a Thread and you enter the topic or subject that you'd like to talk about, in the other box, you'll enter your post, your discussion post. And then down at the bottom where you see that blue post, you click on the blue post and that will post your discussion to the discussion thread. As you continue, you'll see your orientation assignment and you will upload information here as directed. Your orientation quiz is simply you taking a look at your syllabus and then answering questions based on what you found in your syllabus. Once you begin the quiz, you'll see this where it says the quiz you're about to begin may take a few minutes to load. And then click OK to start your quiz, and you'll click OK when you're ready to start. You'll notice that the orientation quiz is asking you specifically, have you read the syllabus and do you fully understand the content? And you'd put true if it's true, false or somewhat, or what is a syllabus, and save. Remember to save. Once you've finished your orientation quiz, you will hit Submit Quiz and you'll be finished with the quiz. So let's take a look at this scenario. Sandra has just started her classes at Broward College. She dreams to graduate with an associate's degree and transfer to a four-year university to get her bachelor's. But because she struggled in high school, she thinks she'll struggle in college as well. Sandra's really having trouble identifying what are the steps she should take in order to be successful. Ideally, what should Sandra do to help her visualize what steps she needs to take in order to graduate as planned? So as you ponder this, as we continue and we discuss growth and fixed mindset, keep this scenario in mind. So before we continue, would you copy and paste the link provided in this slide, watch the Angela Duckworth video about growth mindset before continuing. So before continuing, would you watch the Angela Duckworth video on growth mindset by copying the link provided here or going to TED Talks and looking for Angela Duckworth's growth mindset video. Now that you've viewed the video, how gritty do you think you are based on what Angela Duckworth talked about? Well, you're going to get a chance to talk about that with the class, because one of the last assignments that we're going to have is called the capstone assignment. And once you take what's called the grit assessment that is provided for you here, you will take the grit assessment, complete it, and then based on the results from the grit assessment, you will be presenting your grit results along with your SMART goals and an example of a SMART goal to the class later on in the session. So here is the gritty assessment that you'll be taking. And so let's look at question number 1. New ideas and projects sometimes distract me from previous ones. Is that very much like you? Is it mostly like you? Is it somewhat like you? Is it not much like you? Or is it not like you at all? So that's how you'll complete it. It's a very short little questionnaire. So now we move on to goal setting. What is goal setting? Well, it means that you're thinking about your future in the short run, in the mid-range, and in the long run. In order to do this well, you've got to set goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant or realistic, or timely. Specific means, what do you plan to accomplish? And what actions will you take to do it? Measurable means, how will you measure your goal? How will you know if you got there? Attainable means, can you achieve this goal? Is it achievable? Realistic or relevant means, why is this goal important to you? And timely means, when will you complete the goal? So here's a goal. I want to graduate, but the SMART goal says, I will graduate from BC with my associate's degree in 6 semesters by completing a minimum of 10 credits per term. So what is a growth mindset? So you will be discussing your growth mindset or your fixed mindset as you do your oral presentation. So what is your oral presentation about? Well, you will, through Blackboard Collaborate, you will speak about your SMART goals and your gritty results, and you'll maintain good eye contact. You'll speak using clear, audible voice. You'll deliver a poised, controlled, and smooth presentation, which should have been practiced beforehand. You should have good language skills and pronunciation. You can use a PowerPoint. The length of your presentation should be 3 minutes, and all required information is included and is communicated well. And that is your capstone. That is worth 10 points. So what did we learn in this mini lecture? We learned how you can navigate D2L. You learned how to effectively get into the course shell. You learned how to determine your own rigor needed for the grit and growth mindset. You learned what a SMART goal is relative to your career or educational planning. And you learned that you will have a capstone oral presentation at the end of this session. Take care, guys.